Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Monday, June 14th, 2021. We are in the first day of the new trading week, and we are in the final hour of the current trading day. The final hour of the current trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because during the day you have the algorithms and the day traders. They are control of the price. I consider it mainly noise. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in. They're dealing with the most money, very smart people, best information, best technology, and they take control away from the day traders and the algorithms during that last hour. And I consider them to be the smartest money on the street, and therefore the final closing prices of the day, or right before it closes, I consider to be the most valid prices to make my buying and selling decisions from. I've traded using end of day prices for years, and I really do believe, in my humble opinion, that it offers a long-term edge in your trading. So thank you all for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I hope you had a nice weekend, had some fun, maybe read some trading books, did a little charting, got a little exercise. But hope you had a nice weekend, and thank you for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I really appreciate you spending the time coming here, and I hope by spending and investing the time, it's helping you with your trading and your investing. So currently, interesting day in the market today. The Dow down 214 points, down 0.62%, and the NASDAQ is up 55 points, up 0.39%. So it looks like there's some rotation out of the large caps and out of the industrials back into the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's up 55.3 points, up 0.39%, and the S&P is up, down 8.86%, down 0.21. So here is the plan for today. First of all, as usual, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. And after that, we are going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them moving forward. I did have one day trade today on the Qs that I will be sharing with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board where my students have their positions. We're going to take a look at those. We'll go through each one. I see some good trades over there today. After that, we are going to talk about trader psychology, my favorite part of the podcast, because in my opinion, it's the most important part of the podcast. You have to learn to trade. You have to learn entries, exits, trailing stops, all this good stuff. You do. I'm not minimizing that, but you learn that so that you can create a plan. But following the plan is a whole different ball game. You get your emotions involved, you get fear, you get greed involved, and that's the tough part of trading. I was at dinner this weekend, and I was telling someone who was interested in trading, who actually already trades. I said, trading is really easy, and then in the next sentence I said, trading is really super hard. And he's like, which one is it? I said, well, it's a good point. It is easy if you have a good trading system and that you can follow it, but it's hard to follow it because of the emotions, the psychological points. So yes, it's easy and it's extremely hard. It's one of those dichotomies, but we'll touch a little bit on trading psychology. Hopefully it'll be helpful to you. After that, I have 3 requirements before I'm looking to enter any trade. First, I need a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Number 2, I need a good risk to reward ratio based upon strong support below me and strong and likely resistance above me, and the ratio needs to be at least 2 to 1. If I'm going to risk $1,000 on a trade, I need to be able to make 2 or more thousand to the upside to make that asymmetrical risk math work. And finally, please have a complete trading plan regardless of the type of trading strategy you're using. Adjust your position size for volatility, know what your maximum allowed loss is, know where your end of day stop is, know where your emergency stop is, know where your intraday profit targets are above you, know where significant resistance levels are above you, and have a good trailing stop methodology so that if you have a good and nice profitable trade, you don't give it all back. The gentleman that I was at dinner with said, I've had so many great trades, but so many of them I've given the profits back. Well, because he didn't have a trailing stop methodology, and that's just part of the trading plan, right? It's not just buying and selling. It's all the things I mentioned before. So I do have some potential end of day candidates. I will go through those as we get closer to the end of the day. I will go through each time frame. I'll look at the risk to reward ratio, and I'll also consider some correlation, which is important. You don't want to have too many correlated stocks or markets in your portfolio because they'll move up and down together. So I'll go through those. I will try to narrow it down to the very best trade of the day if there is one, and if there is, I will go ahead and buy it before the close of the market. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you'd like me to take a look at any stock symbols before the market closes, please put them in the live stream. Put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive. I will do my best to get to it before the close of the day. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please wait till the end of the day after the markets close before you tell me about them. Okay? All right. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to go ahead and run that U.S. legal disclaimer. So I'll see you in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Gary is here. Nice to see you, Gary. Nice chatting with you earlier. Johan is here. Nice to see you back, Johan. Hope everything's going well. Hope you're flying those friendly skies and keeping safe up there. Chiku 2984. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming. Good afternoon to everyone from India. Well, thank you for coming by and thank you for saying hello. Paxton is here. Hey, Packy, good to see you, my friend. Hope you are having a good day. Kamal is here. Hey, Kamal, good to see you. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel, my friend. Always appreciate that and your friendship. Chiku2984 says, this is the first time I am listening to this podcast. Well, thank you for coming. And if you have any questions, Chiku, please let me know. Steve Burns is here. Good to see you, Steve. Hope you are having a good day. Appreciate you being here. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here and everything that you contribute to this podcast. Hope you and Holly and the dogs had a nice weekend. Steve says, hello, traders. Weird day with the Dow down several hundred points and 5 of my 6 positions positive most of the day. Well, that is excellent. NASDAQ is back, and we'll go through and we'll take a look at all of those positions that Steve was talking about. Dan says, hi, Greg and everyone. Good to see you, Dan. Hope you are having a good day. David is also here. Hi, David. Hi, Greg and group. Miko, good to see you. Michael, good afternoon, Greg and all. Tim, good to see you. Hello, Greg and everyone. With the Jazz, will the Jazz make it 3-1 tonight? I hope so. I am obviously a big Jazz fan, but obviously the Clippers are good. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. That should be a good game, but yes, I will be rooting for the Jazz, obviously. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Frank. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for everything you contribute every day. Your beautiful poems, much appreciated. I love them. Lova is here. Michael says, hello, everyone. I am late. Better late than never. Ava is here. Nice to see you, Ava. Hope you had a nice weekend, and appreciate you your comments and for stopping by. Steve says Apple almost has a 10:30 EMA crossover today. 1 penny away. Yeah, Apple's having a good day. Let's see. I'm just gonna have to look at it. Yeah, a little outside of my comfort zone as far as how high it is with the rejection of the second ATR channel. I say this a lot, everybody, but then you'll see a lot of examples where they just keep on moving. But it just makes my trading life simpler if I just have rules and go, oh, yeah, looks good. Could go for sure. Could get up to here. But just, the way that I trade right now, it's kind of at that zone where, um, um, 88% of prices fail at the second ATR channel. So, but who knows? If anybody takes Apple, I hope it goes up. Kamal says, wow, Monster up 30% from entry. Nice. Yeah, that's been a good trade. That has been a good trade. I remember you saying I like that trade. George is here. Hey, all, or he all, more specifically. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. All right, let's get to it and get started. Gary, Jonathan, and I, we did buy CHGG. Good example of a double bottom with the bullish divergence. We made a bottom, deep red MACD bars. We rallied into green. We came back. We tested the low. No red bars whatsoever. This is called the double bottom with the bullish divergence and a missing right shoulder. Needed an entry signal. The entry signal was a rejection of the previous low, bullish engulfing bar, and a V1. Got in at 74.64. This has been a monster. Up 1.84% today, and this trade is up 4.48% from entry. I am going to be watching it today to see if it rejects the 50 RSI. Currently it's at 50.29. So if it does close below, what happened there? If it does close below the 50 RSI, I will lock in half profits here. I'm also to my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. So this has been a really good trade. CMG is also another good trade. David, Kamal, Jonathan, and I did buy CMG. Nice rejection of the 250-day. It supported it here, it supported it here, and it supported it on the day we bought it. It felt a little chasey, but I went ahead, held my nose, bought it. Also had a V1, bought it at 1343.05. Currently it's 1386.84, up 1.24%. Did hit 3 profit targets on this today. You see this down here, but I actually got filled at the open. But 1380, 1392, and one right near the top at 1405. Kind of a bearish reversal bar here. I'll probably put a trailing stop in at the 200-day moving average, but so far this trade up 3.12%. MicroStrategy. Well. Big old day today for Gary, Tracy Paxton, Jonathan, and myself. We've had a good trade on Monster. Bought this with this significant intraday rejection, deep dip buy of the 200-day moving average. Bought it at 459.21, and it's a monster. It's up 14.98% today. It is up 22.48% on the trade. I did hit 5 profit targets. All the way up here, holding above the 50-day moving average. So I am out of more than 50% of this trade. Obviously has moved 1.5 ATRs. I may use the 50 as my trailing stop level at this point. But yeah, up over 20% in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So pretty awesome. Congratulations to Gary, Tracy, Paxton, Jonathan, and myself. SPY, kind of a zero burger on the SPY. Of course, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight or over the weekend, sell it first thing the next morning. This is the 25-minute bar, so close. I did buy this at 424.31 on Friday. Sold it this morning at the open at 424.43. So in at 424.34, out at 424.33. Not a big gap, but boy, the overnight SPY trade has been a good trade lately. TER. Okay, this is a complicated trade. I bought TER with the 5. Let's see, anyone else in here with me? No. 520 crossover. I bought this at 127.70. Moved up nicely, took profits as per usual, got to my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. Then had a close below the previous day's low. After that happened, took half profits there. Profit target here, sideways, big move down, close below both the 5 and the 20. Whatever the shares I had remaining, I sold half, but I kept the other half. The 520 cross still held, up 2.21% today. Did hit a profit target at 129.83. And this particular trade, just from entry to exit, up 2.38%. VRM. All right, we have Steve, Tracy Paxton, Gary, and myself. We did buy Vroom with the Vroom. Is it Vroom? Yeah, I guess it's Vroom. With the close under, close over the 200-day moving average. 520 crossover, bought at 44.22. It's currently 45.55, up 2.89% on the day. Did hit one profit target at 45.11 and approximately 2.89% on the trade as well. XLU, I did buy XLU at, along with Lilia, with the 520 crossover and the trigger of the fractal. Bought that at 65.95. It's currently 66.13. It's up a penny today, so not up much, up about 0.25% on the trade. Got really close to one profit target earlier today, but did not quite get there. But anyway, still up. That's what's important. Twitter, it's been a fantastic trade. I think I'm the only one left. Am I? No, Miko. Bought the deep dip buy, the close under, close over the 200-day moving average. Did I know it was going to stay above? No, I didn't. I just knew that it was a good risk to reward ratio. Bought at 52.58, moved up nicely, moved 1.5 ATRs from my trailing stop level. Finally had a close below the previous day's low, so I locked in half. Had another leg up here, just been taking profits as it's been moving up. Did hit one profit target today at 61.21, and currently this particular trade up 15.08% entry to exit. Okay, I did have one day trade today. That's all. I had a little bit of a case of the lazies. All the way back here. And my students will know, and a lot of you will know, this is a perfect return to value sideways motion, false breakout to the downside in V1, above the value zone, in the value zone, sideways, 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 false breakout to the downside, and a V1. Bought at 341.59, came down, tested my halfway, but held as advertised. I shouldn't say that, it doesn't always hold, but a lot of times it held. So immediately ended up with, it was down. Took my first profit target here at 342.06. Had another move up higher, 342.25. Consolidated. Had another big up thrust bar, 342.53. Had another one. Took half of a half, 342.66, and then finally had a close below the previous day's low. So this was a nice little trade. Got in at 341.59. Out at 342.06, out at 342.25, out at 342.53, and out at 342.66. So that was a nice little day trade. It was just about perfect. And let me take a look over here like so. All right. And let's head over to your trades, everybody. Here we go. Skechers. Frank bought Skechers yesterday, or Friday, excuse me, at 48.90. Currently 48.65. Had a big up move, or I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong bar. No, I'm looking at the right bar. He bought it at 48.90. Much higher, but reversed down now a little bit. So down on the day just a little bit, and also down on the trade. Snap, also Frank bought Snap with this breakout at 64.16. It's currently 63.60, so this one is down on the day and also down on the trade. PKI, Steve bought the 520 crossover on PKI at 146.10. It's 146.60. It's down a little on the day, but this one is a little up on the trade. AB and B, we have Johan and Gary and Kamal. Bought here at 143.20. It is 148.61. So it is up on the day and up on the trade. Roku, Steve's had a beautiful trade on Roku along with Jonathan with a 520 crossover at 341.50. It's 364.32. It's up 5% just today, and it's up 6.4% on the trade. So congratulations, Steve and Jonathan. Uber, Kamal and Gary bought Uber. Look, I think Gary bought this back here at 48.20. Kamal bought it, I think, around 49.50. If I'm correct, it is up today, and it is up on the trade. Kamal bought it here with the rejection of the 200-day moving average and the false breakout to the downside, and Gary bought it here with the close under, close back over the 200-day. So congratulations, gentlemen. Let's see, Frank and Gary bought DraftKings with the 520 crossover at 49.60, moved up significantly, is down today 4.76%, however, but down on the day, but both of them are still up on the trade. Shopify, beautiful day for Kamal on Shopify. Bought this return to value V1, bought it at 12.31. It's 13.0525. It's up 4.67%, and Kamal is up on this trade 5.75%. Outstanding, Kamal. ELY. All right, this is one from Frank that Frank bought all the way back here at around 27.75. It's 34.02. It is down today, but the trade is currently up 18.22%. So way to go, Frank. Match.com. Tracy and Paxton bought Match.com with a nice bounce and intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. I bought it at 137.90. It's 143.24. It's up 1.14% today, and this trade is up 3.75%. Outstanding. Pins is Pinterest. Steve bought Pinterest a couple days ago at 68.07. It's 68.50. It is up 0.47% today, and it is nicely up on the trade. BMY, Lilia and Jonathan bought BMY. Nice return to value, false breakout to the downside. V2 bought it at 65.36. It's currently 66.99. It's down about 0.5% today, but up to 2.52% on the trade. CTLT, Steve bought CTLT with the 520 crossover, bought it at 107.15. It's currently 109.24. It's up about 0.2% today, and it is up 1.92%. So excellent. And then Amazon. Steve bought Amazon with the 1030 EMA crossover. He bought it at $3,344.42. It's currently $3,361.29. It's up 0.43% today, and also nicely up on the trade. All right, give me 1 second, everybody. I have to turn something off. Okay. All right, so let's head over. Gary says, I am out of DKNG earlier this morning. We'll update end of day. Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay. So where are we at? Dow's down 210. NASDAQ's holding. So a lot of kind of sideways motion here at the moment. Excuse me. I'm looking. I don't see. Kamal set up 30% on MSTR. I'm not up 30%. Up 22. I mean, but we took this trade twice. I took it here, scaled out, reloaded here. So yeah, this trade's not up 30%. It's up 22.83%. Frank has a poem for us. Nice. Let me paste this over here. Let's see. Excuse me. All right, let's read Frank's poems. Caveat emptor. Am I saying that correctly, Frank? Caveat emptor means buyer beware. Now that's a warning label to attach to every stock share. Stay away from traders that whisper, I dare. The damage they do is hard to repair. Oh man, that's excellent. As always, Frank. My gosh, I mean, what a deep pull. Caveat emptor means buyer beware. Now that's a warning label to attach to every stock share. Stay away from trades that whisper, I dare. The damage they do is hard to repair. So true. You know, and when I read that, when I read I dare, I'm thinking, what do I mean by I dare? That would mean to me buying extended stocks that have already had extended runs. But wow, what a great poem, Frank. Thank you, sir. That's unbelievable. Johnson says, hi, Greg and everyone. Hello, Johnson. Nice to see you. Johan says, nice one, Frank, as always. Dan says, Frank, oh my, double thumbs up. Always a double thumbs up. Okay, doke. Let me take a look here. And let me take a look over here. And then we'll... All right. So listen, let's go over to trader psychology land before we start looking for some new end of day trades. You know, I like to go through my favorite list of people on Facebook and on Twitter that talk about trading, good trading words of wisdom, trading psychology. Of course, this is Mark Minervini, very famous market wizard. You can follow Mark at Mark Minervini on Twitter. Great trader, great author, great educator, has really good information. I would suggest reading all of his content, but let's see what this has to say. Top reasons why even the very best investors that hold for huge stock moves can't consistently make much more than 20 to 30% per year. One, there are very few huge movers. That's true. You see them when they show up on like the biggest gainers or so-and-so, but there are a lot of stocks out there, thousands and thousands. Now pick that one out. That needle in the haystack is tough. Two, it takes a long time to make a huge move. That is true. It takes a long time. You have to hold and be very patient. Number three, you have to go through large drawdowns. This is not what I like to do. I like to stay away from drawdowns as much as possible because large drawdowns tend to affect your emotions and people make bad decisions when they are in large drawdowns. If you don't have to go through large drawdowns, you're much more likely to keep yourself together and to make good decisions. Number four, you only know a pullback isn't a normal pullback after you've given back most of your gains, right? That's true. I mean, if you're just buying and holding and looking for this, you don't really know a pullback's a pullback until it's like staring you in the face and you've given back a lot of the gains. So Mark says there are many ways to trade and invest in the stock market. True. In my experience, buying and holding can take advantage of a big move, but it has a number of disadvantages over a nimble approach. To compound and avoid large drawdowns, big consistent returns require turnover. And that's what I'm talking about. I like this MSTR trade, right? This 20% trade. It's a great trade. I've locked in some profits on it. I'm going to take the profits I made from that recent trade. I'll invest those profits into another 5, 6, 10 different setups that have better risk to rewards. The risk to reward ratio now on MSTR is a bit skewed in my opinion. So I'd rather take the profits I've made on that trade, reinvested into some new setups that have better risk to reward ratios. It doesn't mean that they're all going to be profitable, but of course, you know the math, right? If I have setups that don't work, I get out quickly. If I have ones that work, I try to hang in there, stay with them, and maybe I'll get myself another MSTR and then take those profits and reinvest. So yeah, there are a lot of different ways to trade, but as Mark says here, to compound gains and to avoid large drawdowns, you have to be nimble. And what that means to me is that you have to get in and out of positions quicker and not have to hold for the long term. And also that it requires turnover, many different trades as you see me make, right? So anyway, please subscribe to Mark Minervini on Twitter, read his books. He's an excellent trader, excellent author. And I think this makes a lot of sense. So thank you, Mark. That was helpful for me. I hope it was helpful for everyone, showing you, some of the pluses and minuses of buying and holding compared to trading. And that's why I'm a trader. Okay, before we get on to it, let me take a look at current positions here. CHGG has been a really good position. Currently, it's at 49.80. Because of this, if it loses the 50 RSI today, that will be my signal to lock in half profits today. Currently, it's 49.80. It could go either way by the end of the day. But just so you know, I will be watching that 50 RSI level. It clearly was above the 50. Right now, it's below the 50. It's a bad sign to reject the 50 RSI. It's like that invisible ceiling above you. So if it does hold the 50, I will hold it, the 50 RSI that is. If it rejects the 50, I will lock in half of my profits here. CMG, doing great. 3 profit targets today. It's moved 1.5 ATRs for my entry, so I am in trailing stop mode, meaning if I get a close below the previous day's low, I will sell half. I'll also be looking to see how it reacts around the 200-day moving average, because I mean it is up nicely today, but I don't like this bar, but I will hold it. I will hold it as long as it keeps this 200, or if I get a close below the previous day's low. MSTR is just a monster. MicroStrategy's up 15.79% today. I've already taken off 5 profit targets here today. It's clearly past my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. So I'll just be patient with this. Look for a close below the previous day's low. I may even take off half if it loses the 50 SMA tomorrow in the future. Not sure. SPY, buying the SPY at the close as always, and holding overnight, selling first thing the next morning. TER is doing great. I don't see any changes here. I don't foresee having to make any moves or on this one today. VRM doing great. Glad to see a lot of people in that one today, up 2.6%. I don't foresee having to do anything with that. XLU up. Don't see having to do anything with that. And Twitter doing fine. Don't see any issues with that as well. Gary says, Kamal, I realized 29.82% in MSTR for the 50% that I sold today. I am currently about the same with the remaining position. Fantastic. Frank says, thank you, Johan and Dan. You pronounced it perfectly, Greg. Oh, I did? It's kind of surprising. I'm glad I did. All right. Okay. Kamal says, nice one, Gary. I 100% agree. Let's take a look. You guys want to look at Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin, 200-day is the key a lot of the times. This was the entry right here. Close under, close back over. MACD was positive. Moved sideways for a little bit. Had a big up day today, up 6.78%. So would I buy this here? No, I would not buy it here. That's for sure. We closed under the -1 ATR channel, came back into the channel. I would be looking for a pullback, a retest of that 200-day moving average. See how we may come back, test that. That would give us a higher low test of the 200-day moving average, which I would prefer, and looking for a good risk to reward ratio. So I wouldn't chase it here. It could continue up, I don't know, but the way that I trade, this looks chasey to me at this point. I'd like to see it pull back, test that 200, and then hopefully have a nice longer leg up. Alibaba, well, this is a higher low V2. We are in the value zone. Here is day one. Here is day two. Day two washes out day one. Day three closes above day one's close, or it is currently above. This is higher than the previous low. MACD is positive. I think it offers a pretty good risk to reward ratio here. If I were to buy this today, my stop would be halfway of the washout bar, which would be about right here. So, theoretically, pretty good risk to reward ratio here. It doesn't mean it has to go up. It doesn't mean that this is going to be the only loss either, right? But I'm looking at the halfway of the washout bar. That should provide some kind of support, but sure, this could go up to the 50-day moving average. So I do kind of like Alibaba here today with this higher low V1 and bounce at the -1 ATR channel with MACD being positive. Disney, a lot of sideways motion. We had a fractal. Here's a high with two lower highs to the left, high with two lower highs to the right. It has triggered the fractal. It is positive now. We don't have the crossover yet though, so I would be inclined to wait for the crossover. Tesla, there's a fractal. Not a lot of sideways motion, kind of an upwards wedge here, but it is closing above the 200-day moving average. It did reject the 50 RSI, which normally that doesn't really matter with an under 200, over 200. Let's check the weekly. Weekly is hanging around halfway of that washout bar there, or that big down bar. You see the big down bar we had weeks ago? We are stuck right there on the larger time frame, so I don't really like that. So I think I'm just going to do away with Tesla. SSRM, false breakout to the downside, close over the 200-day moving average. Good risk to reward ratio. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is holding the 5 EMA support above the 1 ATR channel on the weekly. Good risk to reward ratio. It's up only 7 cents today though. I think I still like BABA the best. Match.com does backtest well with the 520 crossover. Currently the 5's at 142.19. The 20 is at 142.29. So not quite a crossover yet, but we can check that. Oh, I already have Vertex on there, Tim, but I'll definitely take a look at it. Thank you. Zynga, 520 crossover. I tried to backtest this. I could not backtest. I do not know if this backtests well. So if anyone out there has the ability to backtest ZNGA on the 520 crossover, please let me know. Here's WB, Weibo Corporation. Earlier in the day, it was close to a V2, but this has untriggered. VRTX, as Timothy pointed out, does have an under 30, over 30. Let's take a look at the weekly. it could be okay. It's a good risk to reward ratio, but I don't see a whole lot of other things. We have a double bottom with a bullish convergence, meaning there's a lot more momentum to the downside here. So that concerns me a little bit there, Tim. UPST bounced at the 50. That's about it. DAO, big strong day up today, up 9.89% today, but outside of the range of my parameters where I can buy. We're up at the second ATR channel. CLNE, don't see much there. Darling International, DAR. Well, we are back in the value zone after being above the value zone, into the value zone, moving sideways. So, you know, if we could get another day sideways or a couple days sideways and then had a false breakout to the downside with the V1 or V2, I would be interested in that, but not right this second, not where it's at. Okay. KL, I don't see much here. Etsy having a pretty good day. I need to 520 crossover or close above the 200. We've rejected the 200 several times up there. BIDU, it's holding at the -1 ATR channel, but that's about it in my opinion. And Applied Materials, looking pretty strong, but I don't see a clear signal there. So again, my possibilities were Alibaba. It's still holding the V2, pretty good risk to reward ratio in my opinion. Disney, not quite the 520 crossover. Tesla, I'm going to pass on Tesla. SSRM, it went under 50, over 50, has a false breakout to the downside and a V1 and close over the 200-day moving average. Let's take a look over at the weekly. It's holding. That one's, you know, I mean, I really can't poke any holes in that. Match.com does not have the crossover. ZNGA does have a crossover. I do not know how that back test, and WB, I really don't see anything there. So BABA and SSRM are my favorite. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at today. Airbnb had the crossover on Friday. Oh, Gary's talking about the 1030 crossover. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. I don't have that one. Steve says SWKS has a new 520 crossover today. SWKS. Yes, it sure does. And a breakout. That looks pretty good as well. Let's look at the weekly. Above the 50. I could definitely put that one on the list as well. SWKS. Let me do a little math on that one. So yeah, I think that one is also good, Steve. So there you go. Skyworks Solutions has a 520 crossover. Fractal breakout. MACD is positive. Did we go under 50, over 50 today, or was that a day ago? 49.86. Definitely could move up there to the 50. That one looks pretty strong. SSRM looks like it might lose the 200 at this point. And BABA, I think BABA's my favorite from a risk to reward ratio standpoint. Better check here. Chug. Oh, CHGG. Looks like I am going to have to sell half. Let me go in here and make sure I can do that. So I'll have to watch that one at the end of the day for sure. So yeah, I mean, dealer's choice on this. 520 crossover, MACD is positive, looks good over on the weekly. We're in the value zone. We have a lot of room to possibly to run on the weekly before we get to the 1 ATR channel. So yeah, Skyworks makes a lot of sense here for sure. Alibaba, yeah, I'm going to narrow that. Excuse me. I'm going to narrow that down to Skyworks and Alibaba. ANAB. Did anyone check and see if that back tests well? I wasn't able to back test that. Oh, it only has 112,000 shares. So that one's off limits for me. Steve said that Minervini tweet share was outstanding. Less than, oh, thank you, Steve. Yeah, I mean, I just happened to be talking about that this weekend with someone, and I said, there's advantages and disadvantages to buy and holding, but I like the volume. I like the turnover, like Mark Minervini said. I like investing big gains on winners and investing them back in new setups that have better risk to reward ratio and getting that compounding effect. All right, so I am concentrating on CHGG to see if we hold the 50 RSI. If we do, I will keep it. If not, I will get rid of it. And then my choice here is between Alibaba and Skyworks. Both of them look good. I guess if I were to pick one thing off here on Skyworks, currently we've rejected the 50 EMA. So something to consider. I think I like Alibaba. I think I like Alibaba the best. Philip Morris is one that just perplexes me. We had this big down bar. Huge volume. And this just a V right back up. Unreal. We're at 66.92 RSI. There's divergences, bearish divergences all over the place. We make highs, higher. No green whatsoever. Oh, little green here today, but RSI divergences all over the place. Let's look at the weekly, right up against the 1 ATR channel. Looks like it made a new high. We're at $100. My goodness. NTES has a yeah, let me see if I can backtest that real quick. Yeah, that one's not available for me, unfortunately, to backtest. I don't know if anybody has the ability to do that. Kamal says, I'm going to buy BABA. Yeah, same with me. But yeah, nice 520 crossover in the value zone. That could be good if anyone has the ability to backtest NTES. SPY's making a new high on the day. Went positive. All right, so I'm looking at CHGG to see if it rejects the 50. If it does, I will take half profits. That's been a nice, so I can't do that math. Where's my calculator? Okay. Yeah, Qs are really, I think we've made an all-time high on the Qs today, if I'm not mistaken. Whoa, look at that 5-minute bar, everybody. My gosh. Unreal. So yeah, that's a new high. All right. Hear my squeaky sandals there. So it looks like Alibaba is what I'm going to be buying. What do we have? About 4 minutes. And again, checking CHGG. We're very close to the 50. It could close higher. It could. Steve says NTES average return is 6.23, so not a whole lot. Johan wants to look at Z. don't really see anything. I mean, it would be a V2 if we didn't have the day before it. Looks range bound, no crossovers, no legitimate V1 or V2. So unless you see something there that I don't, we have that 50 SMA above us as resistance. So that's my take there, Johan. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy BABA. All right, so I've bought BABA, and then Chug is very, very close, so I'll just wait that one out. I think I'm going to sell it. So I'm locking in half profits on CHGG. That was a nice trade. That was a good trade. All right, so I'm all taken care of except for overnight SPY trade. Three minutes to go, everyone. SPY making new highs. Okay, Kamal and Johan got in BABA. One minute to go, everyone. 1 minute to go. Fifteen seconds to go. All right, that'll do it. Oh, let me look over back at Chug. Haha. All right, so it did end up. All right, so I bought overnight SPY trade at 425.26. I bought BABA at 213.87. Okay, this is kind of a hot mess over here. 425.26 is my entry right there on SPY. And then BABA, I got filled at 213.87. So that's a good little start. 213.87. All right, and that red line there is my end of day stop. So, great day today. Fantastic. Very grateful for that. Hope you had a good day as well. So, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they'd like me to update on the board, please go ahead, put them in there. I will get them updated. Real quick, just a few points of business. One, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I think the best way to teach is one-on-one. I have an extensive course. It's 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours for the total of 15. I teach you all 5 of my trading approaches that I use and have been using for the last 25 years. I teach you step by step. Doesn't matter if you're been trading for a long time, if you're a beginner. You're going to learn a lot. I know you're going to be a better trader. I've taught a lot of students over the last few years, and I know they've become better traders based upon what I've taught them. So if you are interested, the cost is $1,750. Sounds like a lot, but it really is worth every penny for the attention that you're going to get and all the information and that is going to be bestowed upon you when you and I have our one-on-one course. So if you're interested, my email is in the description of this video. Just send me an email. Just say, hey, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking your course. I'll reply and say, great. Let's do a Skype call. Skype call is for me to get to know you better, you to get to know me better. That way I can ask you some questions about your trading, your goals, your challenges, and it's a good time for you to ask me questions about any particular questions that you have about my course as well. And then when you're done with the call, you can think about it as long as you want. And if the moment grabs you and you decide you want to do it, then just email me back and we'll get it scheduled. Number 2, I do have a really good online course available on udemy.com. I teach you the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. It's a great strategy. I've used it on many of these. I mean, our MSTR was a deep dip buy strategy. So, the cost is like $12 to $15. It's a really, really good price, and it's a serious course too. It's 9.5 hours. 15 study guides, 26 videos total, and I will teach you step by step how to trade the deep dip buy stock trading approach. And then number 3, if you like today's podcast, all I ask is that you hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content. So if you did learn something today, or if it was helpful, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. So, all right, let's go back over, and Kamal bought Baba. All right, there's Kamal. Johan also bought Baba. Frank says, my stopwash, a term I like to use when I get out clean. Oh, I like it. Took me out of FXKX. Your stopwash, I like it. And snap. All right, the stopwash took out of both of those. Sold DKNG, took a half position in Baba. Okay, Frank, 1/2. And then sold DKNG. And Gary did as well. So I know everyone's out of DKNG. Johnson says, any thoughts on Apple? Went up a lot today. That's my main thought. If I was holding it, if I had it, I would hold it. But where it's at right now, I don't think I would be buying this here. I know for sure I wouldn't be buying this here. It's clearly above the second ATR channel. But if you have it, hopefully we can reach up there, grab that 70 RSI. Miko is in Baba. All right. And out of Twitter. All right, I'm still holding on to Twitter. Holding that 50 SMA. Paxton is in Baba. Gary's out of DKNG and out of half of Monster. I think that's a good call. Okay. Very good, very good. Boy, what a trade. Jonathan is in Baba a bit late tonight. Cheers, guys. Good to see you, Jonathan. All right, well, we have a lot of people lining up for Baba, so... Come on, Greg. Come on, buddy. All right, Jonathan, we got you in there. Anything from Steve today? Any? No? And Michael, if you're out there, Michael's a new student of mine, drives a truck, really interested in trading, looking forward to our first lesson, Michael. So if you're out there, toot the horn for us, and really looking forward to the lesson, and hopefully you will start watching those videos before our lesson starts. So drive safe, be safe out there, and I'm not even sure if he's out there, so I may be talking to no one. But if he is, it was great talking with you last night, Michael. Gary says, my Baba order didn't fill, so I'm trying to buy in the aftermarket. Oh boy. Let's see. Is it down? No, it's up. Got a 6-cent spread. Middle that thing. You can middle it. SPY is down after hours. Qs are down after hours. It's up. Yes, it is. Wow, great day today. My gosh. I think we ran the board. Yes, Chug, CME, Monster, SPY, barely on the overnight SPY trade, TER, VRM, XLU, Twitter, and I guess we shouldn't count Bobby yet because we just bought it. Any other changes for me, anyone? Nice going, Kamal, on Shopify. Everybody knows Kamal is the Shopify master. He is the master of the Shopify chart. There's no doubt about that. Hey, so Frank, if you were out there, I think you would appreciate this. I had to fill out a form for something and was asking to write down your IQ. And I wrote down high IQ, but I wrote it HI, high IQ, which I think kind of defeated the purpose. I think I'm going to make a bumper sticker. I have a high IQ. Anyway, when I read that, I laughed and I said, I have to remember to tell Frank about that. Kamal is the Shopify wizard. Yes, he is. There is no doubt. It's world famous. Everybody knows that. They should have Kamal on CNBC whenever they talk about Shopify. Gary says, considering the down day in the Dow and the NASDAQ, it was a green day for us. Yeah, it was all about picking today, wasn't it? Yeah, we had the right ones, just like Steve. Steve had 6 to 7. So I don't see any change from Steve. Nope. Oh, I missed one from Ava. Sorry about that. SPLK. Oh, I missed a bunch of them. Sorry, everyone. Sometimes they go by fast and I don't see them. SPLK. Splunk. It does have a 520 crossover. Sorry, Ava, I didn't see that. Downward sloping. Yeah, we're right back at right back into the range over here as well. I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, that's a coin flip. That could go either way. We have some resistance coming up on the weekly. Frank says funny. My first thought was Frank. I laughed and went, oh, I think Frank would appreciate that. All right. Well, listen, let's read through this, shall we? If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we should do that. Just one nice thing for a human, one nice thing for an animal. We just might set the world in the right direction. That wouldn't be so bad, would it? Setting the world in the right direction. So let's get in the habit of that. One nice thing for an animal, one nice thing for a human, make the world a better place. Also make the world a better place for yourself. Sounds like a pretty good deal, and that's why I like to read that every day. Oakley dokley. Smokily. All right. Okay, well, I think that's it for today, unless anyone has any questions. If you do, let me know. I will do my best to answer. If not, it's really hot. I'm going to put on my shorts, go for a nice little hike up there in the mountains, beautiful mountains. Looking forward to that. I love summertime. It's my favorite time. Gary says, Johan says, thank you, everyone, and Greg. Have a good one. You as well. Johan, thank you, sir. Gary says, have a great day, everyone. Nice trading today, Gary. I'll be in touch with you soon. Ava, thank you. Ava says, thank you, Greg. Thank you, Ava. Appreciate everything that we talked about last time, Ava. That was great. And Paxton says, thanks, everyone. Have a nice day. You too, Packy. George says, thanks. Have a great evening. Thanks, George. Appreciate it. Michael says, thank you for everything, Greg. You're welcome, Lava. So, yeah, good day today. Good day today. Oh, the Dow only down 85 points at the end there. And the NASDAQ up 104. Wow. Wow, wow. All right. Well, I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer on the way out of here. And so have a good rest of your day. Be good. Be safe. Drive safe. Do something nice for another human today. Do something nice for another animal. Go enjoy yourself. Do some deep breathing. Miko says, thanks, Greg. Enjoy your hike. I will, Miko. Paxton says, go Jazz. I agree. Let's go. Michael Conley playing tonight, Paxton. Do you know? That would help us. That would help us. We've got one of our best guys on the sideline. I don't know if he is or not. Maybe you don't know, but yep, looking forward to that for sure. No. Bummer. Bummer. All right, well, say hello to Tracy for me, Paxton. Hope you two are doing well. And I think that's it. So have a good rest of your day, and talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.